You guys may have seen there was a blog post from Leo Finance, and it announced the new community battles and wars. So we've got 7 communities that are engaged in this already, and there's already one more community that we're onboarding for July. And then if anyone else has a Hive community and wants to reach out to us, they can reach out. So yeah, Simple Game is here, but I think we're going to get his community in for July. But the 7 communities were already partner communities. They were ones that we were in talks with about this stuff for the past couple of weeks. But basically and you guys can go check out the post for the actual details. But basically the community wars idea has been something I think I first mentioned it probably about a year and a half ago, I would say. It was when, Project Blank was like getting ready to be launched, and I was talking about communities and my vision for them. And now we're launching it without the tools necessarily in place, because I do want to build a leaderboard and an actual UI for this. But as Taskmaster will remind you guys, one thing I like to do is build the activity around something, and then build the tools once you see that there's an actual adoption of it. So if you guys take this and run with it, this idea that I have about community wars, then I'll add something. I'll add a new page to the front end where you can actually track the status of the war, see which communities are winning, etc. For now, we're actually doing this in a more manual way. So what's going to happen is a community battle just started, and battles are 1 week long, and the war is 4 weeks long. Obviously, this first war is only going to be till the end of June, so it's only 2 weeks. It's a smaller one. But then starting in July, they'll be 1 month long. And instead of having a front end for it, instead of waiting to build the front end for it, I wanted to start it right now, and we're going to do it manually. So the Inleo team, you're going to start to see us post screenshots of the SQL data. So we're going to pull the data from the blockchain on which communities are winning, and we'll post it each morning so that you can check in on the status of the different communities and how they're performing against each other, and you can see who's winning the current battle, who's winning the current war. So we'll do all this manually on threads, and then while this is happening, we're gonna really think about, like, if this gets traction and it starts to take off, we're gonna really think about how can we build out the UI as a framework so that we can automate the things that we're doing manually, which is sharing the data, et cetera. So I think, Taskmaster said competition and gamification is a good thing. I definitely agree. And I think communities are going to be a great way to seed that engagement. And why I brought it up, because Mitch mentioned that for you guys, the goal should be onboarding new users. And I completely agree with that. So, what I want to see is there's actually built in, and if you go to the post, you'll find this, but built into the community wars, there is a monthly a way to earn point, because you have to basically earn points in order to win the war. One of the biggest ways to earn points is by referring the most new users to Inleo throughout the month. So if your community wins that task by onboarding the most new users, and you do that by using your community's referral code, if your community wins that task, it gets 500 points towards the war. And there are a lot of prizes in there, and I'll let you go read the post if you want to see all the prizes and whatnot. But that is there, and it's meant to encourage these communities to say, all right, we are the photography community, and if we want to win the battles and win the wars, we need to make our community bigger. And while doing that, we also get points for the referrals. So now let's go out and let's make a subreddit. Let's go on X and let's be more active, and let's spread our referral code and try to onboard more people into our photography community. And then you can grow engagement that way. So I think this is going to be a really big way that we not only onboard new users, but actually encourage more engagement on Inleo directly, encourage some friendly competition, and also I think it has the, kind of secondhand benefit of spreading Leo stake. So, the rewards for these community battles and wars are primarily Leo power delegations, in the hundreds of thousands range. So I think it also has the secondhand benefit of really spreading the stake of Leo outward, and allowing more people to earn it. So I'm excited to see how they go. Like I said, go check out the blog post. And if there's 7 communities right now. If you're in one of those 7, Your community leaders, I'm sure, are going to be making posts and talking about it soon as well. But it is live as of now. So, the communities can start engaging and getting active and competing. And we'll post, like I said, every morning. The Inleo team is going to make a thread post where we give all the current data and talk about who's winning, et cetera, and all the good stuff. So that is coming. And then my second point to what Mitch said about referrals is that, and I actually put out a thread this morning talking about it. We are rebuilding the leaderboard. So I'm completely redesigning the leaderboard from the ground up. And now the leaderboard is going to be a weekly and monthly points system. So it's going to be a whole nother gamification layer. And to earn points, you get like, for, let's just say all examples, but when you make a thread, you'll get 1 point. When you make a comment on a blog post, you'll get 1 point. When you make a blog post, you'll get 10 points. And when you refer a new user, you'll get 100 points. And then when you stake Leo, you'll get like, say, 10 points for every 100 Leo you stake. So there's going to be all these different ways to earn points, and the leaderboard is going to be completely redesigned, completely different than what it is right now. So I'm really excited about both the actual design of it, because I think it looks really cool. And then the points system that we've built behind it, I think is really cool. And will encourage a lot more people to both be active on the platform and actually chase after referrals. And one thing I'm talking to Eric about right now is doing monthly prizes and weekly prizes based on the leaderboard as well. So whoever has the most points, at the end of each week, maybe we'll give out some prizes for that. Whoever has the most points at the end of the month, maybe we'll give out, even bigger prizes for that. Maybe you can earn like a free month of premium. You can earn, delegations. You can earn Liquid Leo, all sorts of things.
And so a simple game asked no points for a comment on a thread, which
That would be a comment on a thread would be a thread. So that would be 1 point.
oh, there you go. So
Because
the
technically
answer is
it's still a
yes.
thread.
Yes, it's a sub-thread, but
The
it's a
thread of
thread.
a thread. Vince said, if the community lost all the battles, will they still continue battling? Yeah. So the battles are every week, and then and then the war is for a month. So there's 4 battles each month, and you get 250 points for each battle you win. And then obviously whoever at the end of the month has the most points as a community, that community wins. And then so you earn points for battles, and then you also earn points for referrals. So let's say that you're falling behind, you keep losing battles, you can go after the referral bonus too, which is 500 points, which is worth 2 weeks of battles. So we've kind of designed it that way where getting external users onto the platform is the most valuable thing you can do to grow the platform. So that's the best way to earn points. So yeah, throughout the month, I would say, and I even put in that post, that the best strategy is going to be, work with your community and try to win the battle throughout the week. And while you're doing that, try to onboard some new users, even if you onboard one person at a time. Onboard some new users and try to grow your referral bonus, because if you can grow that, then you can solidify a really good lead. So I think some cool strategies are going to come out, and it's one of those things where I take the idea, throw it out there, and then you guys need to run with it and figure it out. So, like I said, I told the team, let's just make the prizes really good. Let's make them like really juicy prizes that get you guys engaged and active. And then, from there, you guys will run with it and make of it what you will. And then, like I said, if this idea works out really well and we get a lot of engagement, I'm going to build out a UI for this.
I wonder if Task is going to be the top free agent for communities based on activity. Is
Yeah, if
Task
I were
like
a community, I'd be
the
trying to recruit them. That's for sure.
Task is like the LeBron of Inleo? Hilarious.
Yeah, it's really funny.